Yo, top of the evening, folks. We have made it. We're officially halfway through. Halfway through the weekend, guys. Good job. A lot of people jacked up last night. I read all the comments, went through them all last night, today, on last night's video. You guys, I was seriously fired up. I'm still fired up. I really, honest to God, am. Let's just take a look at this while I'm rambling on for a second. Just look at the price up top. 50.16. Now, you guys, I'm noticing a lot more bullish articles out there. One outstanding one, another decent one, a couple of turds. But anyway, what I have spent my last 4 hours doing is, you guys have heard me say this. If you're first tuning in, all I'm doing on this channel, you guys, is rooting for AMC, sharing due diligence that out there. You're never going to see me break down charts and go over this and that and the other thing. I try to bring humor to this thing and just want to be a part of this in some way. You guys know that. My regular folks know that, okay? I don't beg for subscribers. I don't sell merchandise. I don't try to get this thing to, click this and then do that and subscribe here. Who gives a shit? I don't care. We're all going to be loaded to the gills after this is all done and over with. I don't care about a YouTube channels, views, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So, I've said this since Jesus left Chicago, that someday, and this has been heating up like a madman. You got Astro coming in. You got the Keith guy that's on the call, figuring out all these patterns. The more, it seems like we're turning a new lead every day, every other day, every week, whatever it is, just exposing this. And I truly believe, after the last 4 hours that I have spent going over this thing, basically twice in full, read through all of the hundreds of comments on this. We're going to touch on this in a minute, you guys. I'm getting you pre-jacked up. If you have not seen it, if you have seen it, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I have said this all along. The reason why I'm rambling here is that somebody, one of you savages, I don't care if you're in the mountains in Colorado, if you're in sunny California, New York, I don't give a shit who you are. One of you savage, one of us apes, the millions of apes, is going to uncover something that is just going to bust this thing. This, after reading this, after knowing what's gone on for 9 months, mother bleepers are going to jail. I'm telling you, this whole thing has got, I kind of go, I'm rambling here, you guys, sorry, bear with me. I'll kind of think, okay, one day, my obsession with Citadel. I think, okay, Citadel's way too big to break. Citadel's gonna to bury all the little guys and become the super monster. And then you got BlackRock and everybody hating Citadel. So much to it. Not everything, but a lot of things change as we go along. But exposing the shit, the stuff these guys, this post today basically takes the cake for me. A lot of you apes, I've talked to you, I've interacted with you, I've done a lot with you. You follow the same DD. We all, for the most part, do. But I'm telling you what, and I'm not saying this, I'm not trying to pump this video up. I don't care if it gets 13 views. If all 13 of you get to read this, and you're an AMC ape, this is all you need to read. Okay? We're going to cover a couple things here. Sorry for the rant there. But I couldn't be any more jacked for this. I couldn't. And the future of this, man. Let's say this thing squeezes this week. We all get our money. We get to trade in a market that's going to be changed forever. I haven't been this forever. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm not an expert trader. But we've been behind the 8 ball. We've been this little guy under a rock for decades. I'm 9 years into this. Think of the guys that are 30, 40, 50 years and all the generations of folks that are in this. This is going to change this whole damn thing. This movement is, and I've said this before, I said it on Jackson's show when I was on there. You guys have heard me say this. This is going to be talked about for a long, long time. A long frickin' time. Okay, enough rambling. Sorry, you guys. Okay, $50. Just stare at that in case you haven't been staring at it the last 2 minutes I've been rambling. Isn't that a thing of goddamn beauty? You guys, we got 48 hours till pre-market. What are we going to do? I'll tell you what we're going to do. I've got the homework assignments. You guys have to dig deep into it. Okay, I'll shut up. Jesus Christ. This, you guys, 9/11. Hopefully everybody said a little prayer for all the whole tragedy of 9/11. We're 20 frickin' years later. I did watch that new documentary on Netflix. What the hell's it called? About 9/11. They just released it a few days ago. 5-part series. Pretty damn good if you have not touched it. I know we've seen it for years and years and years, but it's a very good one. I found out some new things in there I did not know. So it's on Netflix. It's pretty damn good. Let's just take a listen to this. But anyway, this is pretty wild. Maybe a conspiracy theory type of thing, but just take a quick listen.
Federal officials have begun a major investigation into whether someone or many people benefited financially from the evil done to the country last Tuesday. Not long before the attacks occurred, there were some financial transactions in the stock market that may indicate knowledge of the attack before it began. ABC's Antonio Mora is here. Whether they ever get to, if they ever get to the bottom of it, it will be astonishing.
Astonishing, no question, Peter. What many Wall Street analysts believe is that the terrorists made bets that a number of stocks would see their prices fall. They did so by buying what are called puts. If you bet right, the rewards can be huge. The risks are also huge, unless, of course, you know something bad is going to happen to the company you're betting against.
This could very well be insider trading at the worst, most horrific, most evil use you've ever seen in your entire life.
One example, United Airlines. The Thursday before the attack, more than 2,000 contracts betting that the stock would go down were purchased. 90 times more in one day than in 3 weeks. When the markets reopened, United stock dropped. The price of the contracts soared, and someone may have made a lot of money fast.
$180,000 turns into $2.4 million when that plane hits the World Trade Center.
It's almost the same story with American Airlines.
That's a 5-fold increase in the value of what was a $337,000 trade on Monday.
All of a sudden becomes what?
$1.8 million.
And there's much more, including an extraordinarily high number of bets against Morgan Stanley and Marsh & McLennan, 2 of the World Trade Center's biggest tenants.
Could this be a coincidence? This would be one of the most extraordinary coincidences in the history of mankind if it was a coincidence.
It is absolutely unprecedented to see cases of insider trading covering the entire world, from Japan to the United States and North America to Europe.
ABC News has now learned that the Chicago Board of Options Exchange launched their investigation into the unusual trading last week. That may have given them enough time to stop anyone from profiting from death here in the U.S. It may also give investigators, Peter, a hot trail that might lead them to the terrorists.
Thanks very much. As a reminder of the...
Isn't that disgusting? Jesus. Wow. Just gross. 90 times on the airline, Southwest Airlines. 90 times more puts. I don't know. That's pretty disgusting, though, if you ask me. Here's a nice article here. Yahoo. After seeing a film on the big screen for the first time since the pandemic, I'm convinced movie watching in a theater will always beat streaming at home. Yes, we've said that. And then you got the other shill article saying, no, movies are dead. Like this turd of the day we're going to touch on in a minute. So outstanding. I saw Shang-Chi in a Alamo Draft House for my first movie theater since 2019. Ate bottomless popcorn, felt the booming surround sound, and got lost in the film for 2 hours. I'm convinced that the direct-to-streaming movie release will never live up to the theater. And that's absolutely right. You know, if 100 years AMC's been around, right? Since I'm 47 years of age, okay? I've been going to the movies for 40 years, basically, right? We've known since day one you're going to pay outrageous amounts for the stuff in there. We have zero problem with it. None. None. And that's why they're movie theaters, okay? Outstanding. Look at this. Post on the Tremendous. AMC in the top 4% of stocks for fail to deliver. This is a pretty cool little article. There's a lot of strange activity in the AMC Entertainment Holdings Inc. Fails to deliver have been huge and persistent. In such cases, a common culprit is an illegal practice known as naked short selling. Oh my gosh, kids, have we heard of that before? Of course. I've written about these issues here and here. You can click on those if you want to read this dude's previous articles. But if that occurred to me, what if I'm just cherry-picking data and even unconsciously? So I decided to run a little experiment. The latest SEC data for the first half of August includes the following dates, August 2nd through 6th or August 9th through 13th. So he even randomly picked a date, the 5th. August 5th it is. Then I took a look at the SEC data from August 5th and dumped it into a Google spreadsheet. AMC is on the top 4% of all the stocks failed to deliver in this randomly chosen day. AMC, top 4%. The pattern of huge numbers of failed trades in AMC have gone on for so long, the stock has reportedly been listed on the threshold list. Yes, I think we're going there very soon, by the way. That's a whole nother topic. This list, problem securities targeted for a cleanup in their failed trades. AMC has been heavily shorted for most of the year, for all of the year, by the way. I suspect hedge funds are doing illegal naked short sales in this form to drive the price down. Of course they have. Nice bullish piece there, boys and girls. Let's go over to the old queen herself, Mrs. Cat Stryker on the Twitter. She's outstanding. She's the one that puts together all the airplane rides and all the nice pictures she's got on all this. So shout out to Cat for tweeting this son of a gun out here. But AMC, she, what is that? What do you call that? When you tag AMC? I don't know, man. I suck at Twitter, dudes. AMC. Anyway, effective October 1st, all large banks need to hold roughly 1 trillion ducats in high-quality capital, enough to survive a severe recession and still be able to lend to household and businesses. Sounds to me like they're getting ready for something. Yes, they are. That's a lot of ducats, boys and girls. That is August 5th, 2021, Fed Reserve, $1 trillion bucks, October 1. Yeah, baby. This is quite interesting here, too, as well, really quickly before we get the hell out of here. Oh, before I share the savage DD, over 1 million Americans took $63 billion out of their homes earlier this year, the most since '07 housing bubble. Sound familiar? More than $63 billion in home equity was tapped in the second quarter, according to Black Knight data. That's the most since mid-2007 and comes as a total home equity hit a record of $9.1 trillion. It shows that homeowners are using their assets to generate cash and a bubble-like dependence on credit. Eesh, not good with everything else floating around, right? Here's a real quick rat of the day before we get into the DD of the century. AMC Entertainment, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Now, a couple quick things in this stupid article, right? More than 2 million people attended AMC cinemas over Labor Day weekend. Why would they put that right below the don't touch it? Anyway, attendance numbers for 2021 will still be significantly below 2019 levels, as we just busted the Labor Day weekend record, by the way. Revenue estimates are rising, but challenge persists. Okay, a couple turd things. AMC's risk profile remains heavily skewed to the downside. Despite the box office success of Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings, AMC's total attendance numbers are still very depressed. Depressed? Really? AMC movie theaters business is recovering at a slow pace. That's it. There was something else in there I thought I had. Who gives a shit? Anyway, this article sucks, man. It's a turd. The Asian Investor. Thanks a lot. You guys, this. Shout out to Superstonk and the Bat for posting this. You talk about finding something. I'm not going to cover any of this. It's too much to cover. You need to read it for yourself. You need to dig down and click on every single link that is in here. Okay? The very bottom, it's 2 parts, right? So the first part you can read through fairly quickly. The bottom part is down, it's an article this guy dug up. Okay? It is at the very bottom. What I did, you guys, when I first started doing this, I clicked on, yeah, that link right there. Anyway, that's where he got this from, and then he did the DD on it, okay? So I clicked this first, if this will give you any help, and then went back through it, went through the comments, click more links that's related to this. This, long story short, I found the entire Naked Short Game playbook posted on a forum in 2004. They called it Seller Boxing, plus the Yahoo Morningstar censoring GME data depending on your IP. It's not a glitch. That's the first half of it. If you guys have not noticed that GME showing up different data on Yahoo, etc., blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you guys, 1,000%, if you have not seen this, go through it. This, I think this changes everything. This is beyond mind-blowing, to say the absolute least. So I'm going to pop that son of a gun in there. Okay. Turd of the day. What was this? Yep. Market's about to bust. Top 4% fails to deliver. Movies. Bullshit, crazy, weird-ass thievery. And our beautiful chart on the way out the door. Okay, guys, I'm Jack to the gills. Remember, hold yourself together tomorrow. Pre-market will be firing up after everyone goes to sleep. Or normal folks at normal time go to sleep. I'm not going to sleep, I tell you that right the heck now. So enjoy it. Enjoy tomorrow. Rest, relaxation, protein, veggies, or just say the hell with it all and just go get fucking drunk. Who gives a shit? Okay, guys, love you. Hey, fire me off some comments in here about this madness here, because I'm telling you what, you're going to be blown to the gills away. Okay, guys, love you all. Thank you very much.